welcome to Hopkins High School for today's girls varsity basketball game as Grafton Indians take on your hometown Hopkins Hillers. The Tri-Valley League is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship and establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. The league will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, game officials, fans in attendance. Such actions include taunting, trash talking, and berating of players or officials. Please respect all decisions made by officials. Please respect fans, coaches, participants, and opponents alike. Thank you for creating a positive, respectful, and fun environment here at Hopkins High School. And now for today's lineups for the Grafton Indians. Guard, number 1, freshman Ari Cano. Guard, number 3, junior captain Jenna Gordon. Guard, number 11, junior captain Anna Kapira. Forward, number 20, sophomore Taylor Paluskas. Center, 31, junior captain Abby Rogers. The coaches for the Indians is Jessica Schlager and James Moore. And now for your hometown Hopkins Hillers, guard number 0, junior Lily Morningstar. Forward number 4, senior captain Ivy Goldlin. Guard number 11, senior Callie Corby. Guard number 15, senior Rissa Peral. Forward number 32, senior captain Regan Cavaney. The manager for the team is Molly Matrim. And the Hillers are coached by Mike Greco, Kerry Chatton, Pat O'Brien, and Anthony Gonzalez. Will you all now please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
HKM TV presents another edition of girls varsity basketball as the 5-1 Hopkinton Hillers host the Grafton Indians in a non-conference matchup. Hi, I'm Tim Hladek here without my partner in crime, Steve Spector, for today, but we'll see how I can do by myself on this one. Again, as I said, the Hillers enter into this game 5-1, winning their last game over Millis in a 45-30 victory against a tough Millis team. Always seems to find their way into the postseason. Not much is known about this Grafton team. Hillers do not typically go this far out of conference to schedule their games, but we'll see what Grafton has to offer. Again, in that last game against Millis, Ivy Goglin really made her presence felt. Not too great from the field, shooting percentage-wise, but had it over 10 free throws to give give Hopkinton a consistent lead over Millis. As the tip goes out of bounds, awarded to Grafton to start this one off. And right away, a quick turnover goes against Grafton. Taylor Paluskas hit with a travel. 7 seconds in, Hillers forced their first turnover. Starting for the Hillers today is junior Lillian Morningstar. Seniors Ivy Goglin, Callie Corby, Regan Kevaney, and Marissa Prawl to round out the starting five. Ball back inside to Goglin, shot up, just trickles out, but Gogolin fights for the rebound, can't get it, and it's grabbed by Grafton. Anna Kapira brings it up for the Indians. Lily Morningstar jumps the pass, steals it, was about to go up for the layup, but lost control of the ball, knocked it out of bounds. Another first forced turnover for the Hillers, but they give it right back. Still a 0-0 game. Kapira looks to inbound it for Grafton. Hopkinton coming out in a bit of a soft press so far. Man-to-man throughout. Ivy Gogolin jumps in front of the pass, knocks away. Kevany comes up with the loose ball. Now Hopkinton on the break. Morningstar thought about the three. Back over to Prawl. She launches it just off the front rim. Morningstar grabs the offensive board. Now Kevany has it. Loose ball. She was able to recover. Gogolin inside. Nothing there. She kicks it back out. Gets the ball back from Kevany. Tough shot from Gogolin. Rebounded by Grafton. Another pass tip by Morningstar. And a loose ball again corralled by Ivy Gogolin. A pretty sloppy game thus far to begin on both sides. 0-0 still with 6:20 left in the first quarter. Morningstar fires the ill-advised pass inside to Gogolin, knocked away. Multiple players on the floor as a jump ball is called. First one of the game thus far. And it goes to Hopkinton, and Callie Corby will inbound under the Indian hoop. Right inside to Gogolin. She's wide open, a little too soft on the shot. Fights for the rebound, can't quite grab it. Now Grafton on the break with Ariadne Cano controlling the ball. Now in the hands of Jenna Gordon. Not much success offensively thus far for Grafton. I don't believe they've even gotten a shot off. Suffocated by this Hillers defense. Another turnover force. Marissa Prawl comes up with it. Now Lily Morningstar for the wide open deuce. She knocks it down, the first points of the game. And really, Grafton is lucky it's only 2-0 at this point. Shot fired. First one for Grafton off the front of the rim. No good from Palaskis. Now grabbed by Morningstar. She's on the break. She takes it the whole way. No one stops her. She can't hit the straight-on layup. And Anna Kapira brings it up and turns it right back over. Kevany forces the steal. Marissa Prawl open from three. She takes it down the lane. Gets blocked. Recovers her own shot. She's stuck under the hoop. And a 3-second violation called on Marissa Prawl after she had fallen over after a scuffle with a Grafton player, but 3 seconds called nonetheless, and ball awarded to Grafton. Still 2-0 lead for Hopkinton, but the inbounds pass is thrown away and trickles out of bounds. And senior Kate Hubner has entered the game as well as Olivia Gladue for the first time. Kevany fires from three. Corner shot, no good. Ball tipped around and corralled by Abigail Rogers of Grafton. And a pass launched from Grafton over the head of anybody, luckily for Hopkinton, because it looked like Morningstar was a little too aggressive on the contact, but no foul called, and another turnover on Grafton. Still just a 2-0 lead for Hopkinton with 4:30 left here in the first quarter. Not much offense from either team as another ball goes out of bounds. Hit off multiple players, last off of a Grafton Indian. And now Hubner will inbound under Grafton's hoop. Ball gets inside to Gogolin. She drives. Wild shot off the backboard. No good. Now Palaskis brings it up for Grafton. Great defense from Gogolin on the other side of the court. She jumps in front of that pass, knocks it out of bounds. Again, the Hiller defense, timeout called. But the Hiller defense has been terrific thus far to start the game, forcing over 5 turnovers at the start, not including the passes they've tipped that have gone out of bounds. But still on the offensive end have only had the layup from Lily Morningstar, and that leaves us with a 2-0 lead with 4:21 left in the first. And Ivy Gogolin thus far has had several opportunities, hasn't gotten one to drop, kind of mimicking her last game against Millis, where I mentioned before she did not have a great game from the field, but had over 10 free throws and over 10 rebounds to kind of keep pace with Millis, keep Hopkinton in that about that 10-point lead throughout the entire game. And her activity on the offensive end and defensive end thus far has been key to the only 2-0 lead, but still a lead for the Hillers. And Grafton will inbound under Hopkinton's hoop. Again, 4:21 left here in the first quarter. Still a 2-0 lead. Pass inside, knocked away. Last touch by Grafton. Again, the Hiller defense all over the place, making even the simplest of passes extremely difficult for Grafton. Grafton allowing Morningstar to walk up the court, no press. Morningstar was open for 3, passed it over to Gogolin. Her shot finally hits the mark. A 4-0 lead now for Hopkinton off the assist from Morningstar. And Gogolin jumps in front of a pass. She knew it was coming and takes it all the way, and she is fouled by Jenna Gordon as Gogolin will attempt her first free throws of the game. Off of another great defensive play, she anticipated the pass and took it down on the offensive end by herself. First free throw no good for the senior captain. As she goes 1 of 2 on the trip. Morningstar anticipates the pass. Great steal. Layup can't go. Gogolin there for the board. And she is fouled again, and she will shoot 2 more free throws. Again, the Hillers defensively have just been terrific to start the game, forcing multiple turnovers here still in the first quarter. Third free throw from Gogolin of the day, no good. Hillers with a 5-0 lead, 3:43 left in the first quarter. Second free throw is good. 2 for 4 now on the day for the senior captain. Again, Hopkinton trying to press and force Grafton errors. Papyrus launches the shot, no good. Palaskis, excuse me. The loose ball goes out of bounds, stays in the hands of Grafton. Inbounds pass is tipped by Gogolin. Goes out of bounds and again stays with Grafton. A nice pass over to Abigail Rogers. She couldn't quite handle it, but she does manage to force a jump ball. However, this one's awarded to Hopkinton. Now, Regan Kevaney enters the game once again, and for the first time, Ashley McDermott, as Ivy Gogolin and Lily Morningstar take a seat. Now Gladue handling the ball for Hopkinton. Kevaney kicks it over to McDermott. She's in trouble. Hubner can't handle the pass. manages to recover. Kevney thought about the three. Pass inside to Cannell. Her shot hits nothing and is grabbed by Polaskis. A pull-up three is short from Jenna Gordon. Goes off of a Hiller, though, and stays with Grafton. And despite what looks to be the Hillers really outplaying Grafton thus far, only a 6-point lead as the offensive end has kind of failed Hopkinton thus far. But Grafton has not sniffed anything close to a basket. As Ariadne Cano will re-enter the game. Taylor Polaskis will take a seat. Ball inside, kick back out. Now Cano gets pressured by Gladue. Again, heavy ball pressure all over the place from Hopkinton. Abigail Rogers turns around and fires, no good. Grabbed by Kate Hubner. As she is harassed by multiple Indians. And the foul, she does draw a foul, goes against Kapira. Excuse me, that one goes actually against Jenna Gordon, her second. As Hopkinton will inbound. And freshman Amelia Sensini, she enters the game for the first time. Coach Greco getting a lot of different players in thus far to start, perhaps anticipating a big victory in this one. Still only a 6-point lead. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Kevney drives, fires the floater. Nice touch from the senior captain. Another bucket for Hopkinton, 8-0 now. It's just under 2 minutes left in the first. And a pass from Grafton goes out of bounds. Somehow, ball stays with Grafton, although it did not touch any Hiller. At any rate, another chance for Grafton to get their first points of the game. Abigail Rogers fires a shot, partially blocked by Gogolin. This one was last hit off of a Hiller. It stays with Grafton. Rogers gets the ball, fires the shot, gets it to trickle in. First bucket for Grafton with just over a minute and a half left. 8-2 now. And they're still in the game despite being held scoreless that long. As Gogolin makes a strong move. Great defense from Abigail Rogers, but not enough against Gogolin. And a quick foul called against Hopkinton. Taylor Polaskis draws the contact. This one goes against Kevney. Three launched from Grafton. Almost falls down. No good. Rebounded by Gogolin. Corby pushes it up to Kevney. Sensini fires a three just off the front of the rim. Grabbed by Gogolin. Sensini open again. Turns that one down. Kevney fires a three. No good. This one grabbed by Grafton, but turned over right away as Sensini grabs the loose ball. She thought about another three. Kevney gets it, turns it inside to Gogolin. Loose ball now in the hands of Marissa Prawl. She drives, rejected by Abigail Rogers. Great defense again from the forward as she goes down the other end, misses a tough layup, grabbed by Kevney. 25 seconds left now in the quarter. Shot clock turned off. Hopkinton can take the last shot if they choose. Kevney almost out of bounds, tightrope. Sensini gets the pass and drives, and she is fouled on the shot. 2 shots coming for the freshman. Nothing but net for the freshman on the first. 11-2 lead now for Hopkinton. 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Second one just trickles out, but Marissa Prahl gets in there and fights for the rebound with Taylor Polaskis. A jump ball is called. This one goes to Grafton. 8.6 seconds left for Grafton to get a shot off. Still only down 9 after only scoring 1 bucket here in the first quarter. Kapira stuck at half court. She passed over to her teammate and she is rejected. Polaskis tried to get off a buzzer beater 3-point shot, but she was rejected by Hopkinton at the end, and we have an 11-2 Hiller lead at the end of the first quarter. Again, I think the story of that first quarter was the Hiller defense was extremely active. Anytime Grafton brought up the ball, they were harassed by multiple defenders, forcing a bunch of turnovers and ill-advised passes. Again, that's not even counting the tip passes in general that Hopkinton had, preventing any type of offensive rhythm from Grafton. Offensively, the Hillers struggled. Gogolin missed several shots. Morningstar missed a few layups that she could have made. Had they made some of those shots, we could be looking at a blowout right now, but it's still only a 9-point lead for Hopkinton as the coaches talking to their teams in between the quarters, trying to get some type of offensive rhythm for either squad. Now the next game for these Hopkinton Hillers, they will host Medfield on Friday here in Hopkinton on January 5th at 6:30 p.m. That should be a highly contested game. If you remember correctly, last year the Medfield team ended the Hiller season in the sectional final in a close game as well. I'm sure the Hiller girls remember that and will be looking to erase that defeat from their memories as a loose ball turns into a jump ball, and this one again goes to Grafton. Ball tipped away and stolen by Gogolin. Another great defensive play from the senior captain as she gives it up to Kevany, who tosses it over to Prahl. Thought about the three. Now she gets another look. Ball keeps going back inside to Gogolin. Corby tries to drive, gets it taken away. Kevany on the floor tries to pass it to Corby. Ball rolls out of bounds and a turnover for Hopkinton. Nice idea, but an ill-advised pass. Morningstar picks it off. She drives down the court, tries to dish it to Kevany. No luck, rolls out of bounds, but stays with the Hillers. Nice screen from Morningstar, opens up Kevany for the three, and she knocks it down. First 3-point shot of the day for either team. 14-2 lead now for Hopkinton. Trying to get the ball inside to Rogers. Gogolin fronting, doing a great job. 10 seconds left on the shot clock now. Jenna Gordon out. Now back to Cano. 3 seconds left. Rogers is going to have to fire it away. And a shot clock violation as Taylor Polaskis makes the toughest shot of the day, but unfortunately came in about a second too late. And another turnover for Grafton. Marissa Prahl fires a shot, no good. Tipped out of bounds by Kevany. Grafton tries to inbound. And Morningstar again making her presence felt. knocks it away, and it goes off of Grafton last. Gogolin inbounds, gets it to Morningstar. Drives, kicks it back to Kevin. He fires a three, no good. Rebounded by Grafton. Rogers with the bounce pass, tries to get it to Kapira. She does recover the loose ball. And a foul called. This one goes against Kevney. Her second of the game. As 3 Hillers are substituted out onto the court. Kate Hubner, Cannell, and Gladue enter the game. Nice pass to Abigail Rogers, who was flashing down the lane. She gets her second bucket of the game. It's 14-4 now, Hopkinton. Hubner drives baseline, but is cut off and dishes it back out. Gladue tries the same. And a little miscommunication from Morningstar and Gogolin, as Gogolin thought Morningstar was going to stay at the three-point line. Morningstar tried to cut, and then another bad pass there from Gladue goes over the head of Morningstar, a turnover for Hopkinton. And the Hillers still just up 14-4 with 5:13 left in the second quarter. Really giving this Grafton team, if they ever start heating up, they'll be right back in the game. When Hopkinton thus far is clearly dominated, but does not have the lead to show for it. Shot fired just inside the three-point line, a bit short of the rim. Ball touched by a player who was out of bounds and awarded to Hopkinton. Ball fired inside to Gogolin. Her shot, no good. Rebounded by Kapira. She drives the length of the court. Fires up a tough shot, just a bit short. Great effort by Hubner to tip the ball away. Now in the hands of Morningstar. She takes it the whole way. Gets the layup to trickle in. Nice finish from Lily Morningstar. 16-4 lead for Hopkinton. And Morningstar jumps that pass. It was a good idea, but just caught the body of Jenna Gordon as Morningstar is hit with the foul. And Hubner again making the inbounds pass not easy for Grafton. That's probably been their biggest problem thus far in this game. And Gogolin jumps in front of that pass, now in the hands of Morningstar. And Gladue with a nice quick pass to Gogolin, and she turns and fires quickly and puts a bucket in. 18-4 lead now, as Coach Jess Schlager calls a timeout for Grafton. And 2 quick buckets from Hopkinton turns this into a 14-point lead with 3:57 left here in the first half. So the Hillers are about on pace to end this half with about 25 points, give or take, and that's pretty much, despite their offensive struggles, that's about right in line with their season averages as far as points, typically hovering around mid-50s to high 40s. So despite what may look like an offensive struggle for the Hillers, really right on par with where they typically are, although it may have looked a bit uglier than typical. Still with a 14-point lead now. The biggest change has been on the defensive end, holding Grafton to just 2 baskets among a myriad of turnovers as well. And throughout it all, the Hopkinton defense has not slacked a bit, knowing they have an opportunity to steal every pass. 3 fired from Jenna Gordon, no good. Now Morningstar breaks out in front of the pack, hits the weak hand layup. 20-4 lead now for Hopkinton. And Morningstar tips a pass away. Gladue comes up with a steal. Morningstar open for 3, thought about it, stops, jump shot. Just trickles out, but Gogolin there to rebound it. And a little contact there, but she draws the foul as Gogolin, again, another offensive board and more free throws on the way. No good on the first of 2 for Gogolin. Now Haley Nielsen and Anna Kapira enter the game again for Grafton. Nielsen for the first time. Second free throw good for Gogolin. 21-4. Rogers stops, jump shot no good. Nielsen gets the board, her shot too strong. And Hubner thought she saved it right into the hands of Grafton, a missed shot. Ball slapped out of bounds. This one stays with Grafton. Rogers turns around with the hook, no good. Gogolin grabs the board, ahead to Morningstar. She wants to take it all the way and tried to, but was hit with a tough foul. This one called on the floor. Hopkinton 1 away from entering the bonus. 21-4 lead for the Hillers. 2:49 left. And almost a clean steal from Palaskis. Somehow ends up in the hands of Hopkinton. Cannell's shot no good. Gogolin a bit too aggressive on that board. Hit with an over-the-back foul. And now Grafton will inbound under their own hoop. Hopkinton backed off a bit on the full court press. Palaskis tried to get the ball inside to Rogers, tipped away by Gogolin. And Hopkinton comes up with the steal. Cannell with a quick move. Can't do anything with it, and stolen away by Kapira. Kapira gets it back, slapped away by Hubner. Nice play as Gogolin comes up with the loose ball, and then it's batted around, last off of Kapira. Now just under 2 minutes, Gogolin inside, tries to get it to McDermott. Did not have the lane for the pass, and it was stolen away. Now Rogers brings it up, Gordon brings it up for Grafton. The long 3 fired by Kapira. No good, but rebounded by Palaskis, and she's fouled on the shot. 2 free throws coming for Grafton. Palaskis knocks down the first. Grafton now with 5 points. As Gogolin takes a seat for what looks like the rest of the first half. Second free throw off the front rim, but a nice box out from Cannell. But then a turnover right away. Kapira takes the steal. She drives, hit with the foul, and one. Nice Euro step from Kapira. She steps by Morningstar, picks up the foul, and knocks down the shot. 21-7 lead now for Hopkinton. Morningstar with it now at the three-point line. Ball moving around. Ledoux had an open three for a second, passed it up. Hopkinton using all of the shot clock. Morningstar drives. She's hit by a couple of players. And it looks like she will be getting some free throws. Now some fresh legs coming in for Hopkinton. Kevany and Corby. And Prawl set to check in for Morningstar, assuming she makes her free throws. First one is good. Second one, no good. Grabbed by Kevany. Cannell drives inside and a quick jump ball called. Perhaps a little too quick as she broke away right after the whistle. And now Morningstar heads to the bench as Prawl enters the court. Just under a minute left, 22-6 lead for Hopkinton. 25 on the shot clock now, plenty of time for the Hillers. Ball inside to McDermott, now Kevany with it. Corby, 5 seconds left on the clock. Kevany open for three, passed it up. Prawl's gonna have to shoot, and she does not. Shot clock violation. Turnover for the Hillers. Ball gets inside to Nielsen. She's looking for help, does find it. Kapira, she launches the step-up three. No good, grabbed by Prawl. Cannell drives over to Corby. Shot clock off, she fires the floater. Short, but Cannell crashing the boards. Gets a fresh shot clock for Hopkinton. Actually, shot clock is off. Kevany drives, no luck on the shot. 7 seconds left for Grafton to get something off. Kapira drives, pulls up with a three. Off the backboard, no good, grabbed by Kevany. And that shot will not count. But the Hillers head into halftime with a 22-6 lead off the heels of fantastic defense, really forcing Grafton to do anything they can to even make the simplest of plays effective. But on the offensive end, Hopkinton is struggling. They could be probably around 35 to 40 points had they played a typical normal Hiller game. But even with those struggles still, again, with a 16-point lead, 22-6 going into halftime. And we'll see what changes here in the second half. Will Hopkinton be able to pick up the offense more, or will Grafton start making some shots? Either way, we'll find out in a few moments after the break. We hope you join us.
Every winter in New England, we have an increase in cases of carbon monoxide poisoning. Carbon monoxide is a gas that's indetectable to our senses and can make you very sick or even kill you in a short period of time. Fortunately, carbon monoxide poisoning is entirely preventable. Ensure that you have your heating system and other home equipment maintained and inspected annually. Never operate gas-powered equipment indoors, and never barbecue indoors. Make sure to have working carbon monoxide alarms on every floor of your house and within 15 feet of every bedroom door. They should be tested monthly. When snow falls, take care to make sure that chimneys, heating and dryer outlets are clear of snow so that exhaust can exit. Similarly, shovel out your car's exhaust and never allow children or other people to sit in an idle car while you're shoveling it out. If your carbon monoxide alarm ever goes off, don't ignore it. Exit your house and call the fire department. By following these steps, you can protect your family this winter.
Do you have what it takes?
Will you make a difference?
Always an adventure.
Police and fire working together.
Utilizing the latest technology.
Do you have what it takes?
And we are back here, and I am joined by our fearless leader, Mike Tarosian, taking the place of Steve Spector. We'll see how well he does.
Not really taking the place. More like just stepping in and talk to you for a little while.
Wow, well, I appreciate it.
I cannot fill those huge
Oh, of course.
Steve Spector shoes.
As we're getting ready to start the second half, as both teams are making their way out onto the court, at least Grafton is. Hillers with a 22-7 lead, and I really think the key to that was the Hopkinton-Hiller defense really forcing a lot of turnovers, making even just simple inbounds plays tough for Grafton to even get the ball inbounds.
Well, I know you're thinking I was doing nothing throughout this whole first half, but I did run camera for a little bit. But I was sitting down on the floor watching the game, which I don't get to enjoy from the floor like I do. That's how I enjoy watching these games.
Right.
But I did notice that any time during the Grafton's offense, Hillers always got their hands on the ball, was always tipping some kind of pass or a shot.
Right.
And, it's that whole arms up approach.
Right there, another
you
steal.
go. Another one. And that one was a steal. But it just seems like they have their hands on every pass.
Right, and as you said, another steal there for Gogolin. Afterwards, ball goes out of bounds but stays with Hopkinton. That has really been the story of the game because offensively Hopkinton has struggled, but still holding Grafton to 7 points in the first half is a pretty remarkable feat. This time Grafton's turn to tip a ball away as it is corralled by Jenna Gordon.
Yeah, and I'm sure Coach Greco is taking this opportunity to throw in some of the other players to mix them up, give them a little more playing time, and see what they got out there.
And a nice left-handed floater from Anna Kapira. She is hit on the shot, knocks down the shot, and chance for an old-fashioned three-point play as Gogolin picks up her third foul. But to your point, Mike, we've already seen Ashley McDermott enter the game and Amelia Sensney, a freshman, as well as another freshman, Caroline Cannell. A lot of people seeing the court today.
Absolutely.
As the three-point play is good for Grafton. 22-10 lead now for Hopkinton. They try to get the ball inside to Gogolin, but it's pulled away by Kapira. And now she looks for help at the top of the key. Palaskis drives, gets it into Abigail Rogers. She seals off Gogolin, who tried to go for the steal in a nice bucket. 5 points in a row now for Grafton, almost doubling their first half total already.
I'm sure that was a nice long talk in the locker room at halftime, and you're going to have to see Grafton change it, or else they're not going to put many points on at all for the second half. But to watch, I mean, they may come out now with 5 points right away, but you're going to see Greco change it up and put a stop to that.
Right, and after the three from Marissa Prawl, nothing but net there, Coach Greco calls a timeout. I assume to talk about some of the things that you were referencing, Mike, as we saw the and one, and then the quick layup from Grafton, now a 25-12 lead for Hopkinton. 6:14 left here in the third quarter. And a lot more offense within the first minute and a half than we've seen almost in the entirety of the first half. And like you said, Coach Greco seems to be talking about that right now, trying to get the reins on his defense.
You're right. There'll be you'll see it. You'll see it show up. It may take a couple turnovers, but they'll do it. Nice size crowd here today too for
a Saturday game. Yeah.
Saturday afternoon.
Cold,
Snowing outside.
Yep.
Yeah, the snow's blowing pretty good out there now. Looking out the library windows, but it's only supposed to be testing to 1, so I can live with that.
Kapira launches it inside to Abigail Rogers. She misses, gets her own rebound, and now Grafton with another opportunity. Deep three fired off the front of the rim, but Palaskis grabs the board. She launches a shot, no good. Kapira fighting for the board, but Morningstar got in there, ripped it out, and then Kapira hit with a foul. Ball goes to Hopkinton as Kevaney drew the contact. Second foul on Kapira. 25-12 lead still for Hopkinton. In a 2-3 zone now for Grafton. Switching away from the man-to-man. Prawl open for 3. She launches it. Rattles out, but Kate Hubner, smallest player of the bunch, fighting for the rebound as she wrestles with Palaskis and forces a jump ball. A great play from the high-energy Kate Hubner. And she will inbound it under Grafton's hoop. And Prawl open for 3, but hit with a travel before she started dribbling. A turnover for Hopkinton. And despite what we've been talking about with a lot of the defensive pressure for the Hillers as they force another steal there, great play from Callie Corby. Offensively, they have not been sharp this game either, with, I would imagine, double-digit turnovers by now, but doing just enough to open up a lead. Corby, left-handed floater, no good, as Kapira comes up with the rebound. Nice drive, left-handed layup, bit too strong for Kapira. Grabbed from Hopkinton, now Morningstar driving the length of the court, stops at the three-point line. Prawl open for 3, she spots up. That one rattles out too. She got a nice stroke, but the last two have not found the mark as Jenna Gordon launches a 3. No good as Kate Hubner makes the impressive rebound, but an ill-advised pass to Morningstar, who was not even looking.
Oh, in and out.
And Grafton almost makes a shot, just spins out. Abigail Rogers with a nice cut, gets the feed. She can't make it either. Grabbed by Callie Corby. And then a quick foul called on Kapira. I believe that is her 3rd of the game. Yes, she is subbed out. And for the first time, Miriam Hillerstrom enters the game. Hillerstrom, another freshman on Grafton. They have 4, and 3 of them have played prominent roles in this game. No seniors on this Grafton team.
A lot of freshmen, and they also have, what was it, like 4? Was it 4 freshmen that just played the JV game?
Right. So these girls are getting their steps in today, that's for sure. A jump ball was called on that last scrum, awarded to Grafton. Still 25-12 lead for Hopkinton, who only has a 3-point shot from Prawl to show offensively thus far in the 3rd quarter.
There's another steal.
And Hubner picks off the pass, and she draws the foul. And again, like you said, Mike, another turnover forced by the Hiller defense. As Ashley McDermott enters the court. And Marissa Prawl takes a seat. Hubner thought about the three. Dished back out to Corby. She thought about it. Steps inside. Gladue decides to launch it, and she knocks it down.
Damn.
Nice shot from Gladue.
She has no problem throwing up those threes.
28-12 lead now for Hopkinton. Rogers inside, fires the shot. I believe she might have been bailed out a bit there. Foul called, and Rogers will shoot two. And Rogers knocks it down. One of the 5 juniors out there for Grafton. Leading the team in scoring right now. Second free throw is good. And Grafton still only down 14 to Hopkinton. Hopkinton with great ball movement right now. Kevaney, left-hand layup, no good, but Gladue gets inside. The smallest player on the court right now, tips it back out, saves the possession for Hopkinton. Gladue now inside to Kevaney. Getting quick passes from Hopkinton, trying to rotate this Grafton defense.
Grafton's doing a great job keeping them out of the paint.
Gladue again from 3. No good, but tipped out by Kevaney, but a nice rebound from Jenna Gordon for Grafton. And a tough cross-court pass. Luckily manages to get to Gordon. She tries to throw it into Rogers, but stolen away by Kate Hubner. Another turnover forced by Hopkinton. Nice pass from Kevaney to the cutting McDermott. As she read the defense correctly, cut baseline and was rewarded with a bucket. 30-14 now for Hopkinton. Just under 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Kapira makes a nice move to get Hubner off of her and then knocks down the jumper. And an offensive surge here for Grafton. 9 points in the quarter. And tough hit there as Hubner takes a lot of contact.
Yeah, that was a big block.
And Hubner will be shooting 2 from the line. And first free throw good for Hubner. And while we have some time in this one, just want to give a shout out to our crew, our director Tom Dings, on graphics Samantha Dings, and on our cameras here tonight, John Ritz, Mary Arnott, and Denise Antaki, and of course Mike Terosian, who is pulling double duty as the color guy and a camera guy.
Well, camera, producer, whatever.
The whole nine,
yeah,
right?
do whatever it takes. I tell you, this crew that we have today, this is the heart and soul of our volunteers. Mm-hmm. They are out here. It doesn't matter the weather.
Every game.
Every game. John Ritz, Mary. John likes the cold games. He'd rather be on top of the press box right now doing football. And he loves the foul weather.
And we got plenty of that.
Yeah, we got plenty of it, but he's inside the nice 70-degree gym. And Denise, she braved the elements. She just did a little training run for the marathon. She's going to run the marathon this year.
Awesome.
And so she just finished the training run and decided to come and run a camera. Mariana, she's been in a deathbed for the past 4 weeks there with the flu.
But here with us now.
And she says, "Oh, I feel good today. I think I'll come out." And it's like, why don't you just rest a little bit more? There was no keeping her away.
Great steal from Kate Hubner as she dishes it off to Olivia Gladue, who makes the nice finger roll. 36-18 lead now for Hopkinton, as Grafton has upped its offensive pressure here, scoring 11 points in the third quarter after scoring just 7 in the first half. But Ivy Gogolin has other ideas as she rejects the shot from Palaskis. And now Gladue with it on the other side.
Oh.
Had a good idea, but wasn't quite sure who to pass it to between
very
McDermott.
unselfish play.
What a missed rebound. 2 seconds left now. Gladue.
Go for the big one.
And that won't count as she rockets that one off the backboard, 36-18 lead. Again, still 18-point advantage for the Hillers, but a nice difference from the first half.
It comes out junior class, and I actually want to hear what he says because I think he's going to call my number today.
All right, today's winner is 802-3602. That is 802.
No, that's the wrong number. That's not the number I told you to call.
Right?
All right. If you could just go over to the table over there, and we'll have
That
money for you.
is not the number I told you to call.
Right, we're going to have to check in on that a little later.
Yeah, I'm going to have to see what's up with that. Oh, looks like the Goglins won it. Yeah, that's Ivy's sister Dana and their parents. And it looks like they're the winner of the 50-50. Good for them. Class of 2019. They are here every game, boys and girls. And I think they were also out for every football and volleyball game as well.
A lot of Hiller pride.
Well, Hiller pride, and you got to raise money for your classes to get things done, you know.
True.
And the more money that they raise, the more less money that it costs them to attend these functions, and that's great. So good job. And so, the Hillers are going to get ready here, put this away, the last 8 minutes of today. I think they're going to come out just as strong, stick with them, not give up.
Right, I can't imagine seeing too drastic of a difference here for the final 8 minutes of this one. Perhaps, maybe, I don't want to suggest this, but maybe Hillers were looking past this game a little bit in anticipation of that rematch with Medfield. Again, losing last year in the sectional final to Medfield on a team. Honestly, I thought Hopkinton probably should have won that game, and they probably feel that way too. And they're looking forward to get back against another top TVL team.
Sure.
But still, 8 minutes left to go in this one as Kapira drives and knocks down the lane. 36-20 now. And this game had we seen this offensive efficiency from Grafton in the first and second quarters, perhaps we'd be singing a different tune as they force another steal, but perhaps too big of a hole for the Indians to crawl out of. But again, still 7 minutes left, plenty of time to mount a comeback as Cano's shot does not find the mark, grabbed by Gogolin. And Hubner, the nice drive, no one stops her, but a bit too strong on the shot, grabbed by Jess Rogers. Excuse me, Abigail Rogers. The drive, ball taken away. Morningstar ends up with it. She sees she's got numbers. She goes on the break, pulls up for the jumper.
A little too hard.
Loose ball. Palaskis on the floor as well as Kevany. And this one is a jump ball, stays with Grafton. And another inbound play. This one, just a bad pass from Grafton. Off of the hands of Gordon, rolls out of bounds. And Kate Hubner takes a seat for Hopkinton. Great game for the senior, always providing that intensity and energy that the Hillers need, especially in games like this. Prawl open for three, launches it just a bit short. All of her shots are online. It's just the distance. Gogolin misses her shot, grabs her own offensive rebound, wide open paint. She puts it right back in. 38-20 lead now for Hopkinton with 6 minutes left in the contest. Jump shot from Gordon. She knocks it down. And again, Mike, like you said, a bunch of these girls playing in that JV game right before this varsity game, maybe now getting their second wind.
Right.
As the scoring, again, as I've mentioned, has jumped up dramatically.
Definitely a different second half.
And Marissa Prawl knocks it down, a sweet stroke, as she gets another three-pointer to fall. 41-22 now with 5:32 left here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a Grafton timeout. Speaking about timeouts, I want to finish what I was saying about our volunteers. The last two volunteers I'd like to talk about is I like to call HCAM's power couple. Tom and Samantha Dings back there. It's nice having them in the control room because they handle all the technical stuff. I don't have to worry about it. They know the equipment. I don't have to keep an eye on them. And unlike John, I always got to keep an eye on John Ritz. He's always got to be a guy to keep an eye on because he's shady.
Now it look like he's trying to keep an eye on us.
Yeah, he's keeping an eye on us.
Not a bad idea either.
Hey, John down there providing a good shot. Thank God he's getting the kids. But they have they're here from just about all of volleyball. They've been here for all basketball so far. You can rely on for everything in the studio. Mm-hmm. It's nice to have those volunteers.
Yeah, it's nice to have people you can rely on. Every time
Absolutely.
I come in here, I don't have to worry about
anything. And yourself,
anything.
You're one of those volunteers that come in here to do the games along with Steve, and it's awesome.
Yeah, after the timeout, Grafton will inbound under their own hoop.
Oh, there's Scotty down there with athletic director Dee King and her daughter Lennon. See if we go back to them at all so people can see them.
Loose ball tipped around. Gogolin got a hand on it. A shot fired from Grafton, no good, but Rogers grabs an offensive board. She calls for the ball inside, gets it. Nice play from Grafton as Rogers is approaching 10 points if she doesn't have it already. 41-24 lead now for Hopkinton. 5 minutes left here in the fourth. And a foul called on Gogolin. Her fourth. She's one away from being ineligible for the rest of this one. Should not affect Hopkinton at this point, but anything is possible. Kapira drives, gets a nice dish to Polaskis. Polaskis can't finish, grabbed by Kevney. And Coach Greco keeping Gogolin out there with the 4 fouls. And now Grafton has switched back to a man-to-man. Oh, excuse me, still in that zone. Nice cut from Kevney as Gogolin finds her, and one for Kevney. Looks like Nielsen took a elbow to the face in that one. Still
just
hit with the foul. It was
just
a
on
foul,
the cheek,
but
yeah.
Insult to injury right there.
Right, there you go. Cause the foul and then get hit.
And Kevney hit the layup, and we'll go for the 3-point play at the line. No good on the free throw as Gogolin fights for the board, but Nielsen shakes off that elbow and grabs the board. And Kevney a bit too aggressive.
A little push on her.
Yep, try to go through the back of Nielsen. She's hit with the foul there, her third. And now Sensini will enter the game once again, the freshman, replacing a freshman in Caroline Cannell. Rogers fires the jumper, a bit too strong. And a quick foul called. This one looks like it's against Hopkinton.
Another push. That'll be Kevney's 4th. Oh, nice give and go.
And now Morningstar with a great pass to a cutting Kevney. An easy layup for the senior captain. Rogers down low, the hook just a bit too soft. And now Gogolin passes out to Morningstar. She tracks the ball down. Almost with the contact, almost gets the ball to go in. Now Gogolin offensive board, she can't finish. 45-24, 3:30 left here in the fourth quarter. Almost a conclusion here. Don't see Grafton getting a past this 21-point advantage as Kevney grabs the loose ball and picks up and draws a foul. Now Gogolin will head to the bench, presumably for the last time this game. Great game from the senior captain. Sensini fires a three short off of, Grafton, off of Nielsen. And Hopkinton stays with the ball. And now sophomore Cameron McDonald, she enters the game for the first time for Hopkinton. Crawls three. That was the first one that really had no chance of going in. And also senior Elizabeth Liberta enters the game. One of Steve Spector's neighbors. Always got to give a shout out to.
Always does. Yeah.
Always does. And Liberta grabs a rebound.
That was nice of you to keep the tradition going, bro.
Someone's got it.
I don't know who's going to appreciate more, Libertas or the Spectors.
Emma Mann also in the game for the first time for Hopkinton, as Coach Greco has dedicated these last 3 minutes to bench players, and pass goes out of bounds, goes to Grafton. And now Prahl will leave the game as well, and Cannell back out on the floor. So 2 freshmen out there for Hopkinton, a sophomore and 2 seniors. As the bucket falls there for Grafton. 45-26, 2:20 left here in the fourth quarter. And again, the Hillers' next game is a home game here in Hopkinton, where they will be hosting Medfield on Friday, January 5th, 6:30 p.m. in what should be a tightly contested game, as both teams.
That's our first game back too.
Cannell launches the deep three with the clock expiring, grabbed by Rogers. And it looks like the Grafton bench is emptying as well, as a three fired from Kapira finds the mark.
That was a pretty three.
And a timeout called, I believe, from Grafton in an effort to get those players out. A 16-point lead for Hopkinton with 1:45 left. And they should improve to 6-1 overall. Still 5-0 in the TVL, with TVL action again picking up on Friday against Medfield.
Well, sitting on the bench with athletic director D. King is Donna Lennon, taking in a little bit of basketball action. As she
maybe preparing her for the future.
Yeah, that's it. You know. Now she's trying to take a look on the screen. You can see yourself drinking your water. But Dee's, she's going to leave here and head over to the hockey game over in Marlborough.
Yep, every time I'm here, I see her always at the games. If I'm ever covering something for the newspaper for Hopkinton, she's always there.
She doesn't miss much, you know. And it's only when she's required in 2 or more places there's a chance that you won't see her.
Right.
But she tries to make everything.
Even then, you might see her sometime.
Right, exactly. There's not much that can keep her away from any athletic event at the school or away.
Now just 1:35 left here in this one. Again, as I said, Hopkinton will improve to 6-1 overall. Winners of 2 in a row. Over Grafton and Millis, with a loss to Foxborough, interrupting their undefeated season. But Hopkinton will get a chance to avenge that loss to Foxborough later in the season. I believe they will be hosting them here, I believe, around the 20th.
20th, yes. That's around the 20th.
Doing it, home and home with Foxborough, as opposed to, I believe last year they were in a Christmas tournament. But no such thing this year, but their 19th and 20th games come from matchup with Foxborough. So we'll see if Hopkinton will be able to avenge that loss moving forward. Free throw falls for Cano. Second free throw no good. Grab from Cannell. Cannell turns around, fires a jumper, no good. Rebounded by Sensini. Rebounded by McDonald. Hopkinton still with it. Liberta now shot just trickles in for Cameron McDonald. The assist going to Liberta. And it's a 19-point lead for Hopkinton, 49-30 with 28 seconds left. And driving and firing the jumper, Sensini, no good. Shot clock is off, 15 seconds left in this one. And it looks like 49-30 as that shot misfires. 49-30, the Hillers will win by, in a dominating defensive performance in the first half, only allowing 7 points to this Grafton team. Now, obviously they weren't able to keep that up as Grafton got up to 30, but the Hillers offense picked up as well. Again, averaging close to about 50 points, and they ended up with 49 in this one, and it was enough to get the win.
I tell you, fantastic job. Hillers were able to mix everything up and still keep the lead and take home a win. So anytime you take a W home.
Yeah, you take it. And again, one more time, I want to thank our crew, Tom Dings, Samantha Dings, John Ritz, Mary Arnott, and Denise Antaki. And again, of course, Mike Terosian for filling in, doing double, triple, quadruple duty.
Whatever, I do what I do.
You helped me out, so I appreciate it. And for Mike Terosian, I am Tim Hladek, and we thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you on Friday when we host Medfield. Thank you.